I am in an open relationship. My husband and I both see another person. He has a woman, I have a man. Now this is how it gets cray-cray. My husband now wants to view my personal and I having sex. What should I do? Hey y'all, welcome back to Happy Hour with SnL. I'm Sherain.
And I'm Laurel.
Week 23, episode 23. Y'all know we're going to get the ball rolling and we're going to jump right in with our question of the week.
Today, guys, we have a puncheon.
Puncheon?
Anything to sing that song?
Yeah. And we're pairing it with the Angostura Chill, the Sorrel and Bitters. If y'all have been watching the last few episodes,
I should have opened one.
Yeah. We like the Angostura Chill and we love it in the Sorrel and Bitters flavor the most. So that's our drink of choice today. So the question of the week was, do you think cutting toxic family members off is wrong because they are family? Y'all shared your answers. So let's go. Nope. You don't owe anyone access to you just because of familial ties. Act right or get left. I agree. Agree. No, because you can't take everyone to your next level in life. Sometimes it's required.
Yeah.
I feel as though that's something that I
feel as though you told me that. Did you tell me that?
I did. I completely 100% agree with that. Mm-hmm. Nope. Anyone can get cut off.
Anyone can get cut off. Act right.
Snip, snip. No. Respect works both ways. Why should anyone subject themselves to disrespect? And this is the thing. Like, I feel as though, like, a lot of times, you hear some people saying that, you can't choose your family and whatnot. And which is all true. And you have to forgive and forget and whatnot. But sometimes you have to remember that, yeah, they're family. I mean, it's harder if it is a family member that is in your household family members.
I was now thinking that, like, if it's your mom or your father.
Yeah, it's different. It have isolated issues where I guess some people could see that, cutting off their mom or their dad was something healthy for them based on how they grew up. Let me say example, their mom is an alcoholic,
Or a narcissist.
or something like that. I could understand, but if it's something, an issue that's not isolated, I get that it is going to be harder. But for me, I talking about like family on the outside, like
Right.
yeah, sometimes
Cousin, aunts,
yeah, sometimes
uncle,
yeah,
grandpa.
it's not somebody I have to see every day. So what is it taking away for cutting that person out of your life? Like, if they're not serving any, not that they're not serving any purpose, but them being in your life is bringing negative value to you in whatever way. So I agree with cutting off people. As someone who has cut off family members, it was necessary for peace of mind. That's how I view it, honestly.
While I'm sitting here, I'm trying to scan my brain if I ever cut off any family members. I can't think of anybody that I had cut off. It have people that I may avoid. But I don't have anybody that I actually cut off
like that.
But yeah, if you need to get peace of mind, I support it hands down, because at the end of the day, your health, because it will affect your mental health as well.
Facts.
It shouldn't be affected by somebody who not adding any value to your life.
Yeah. Just disclaimer, sorry for being nasal. The Sahara that is kicking my butt.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, it is wrong because we don't choose a fam. Just say that. We have to forgive and move on.
So this person said yes. This is the first person who said yes.
Yes, yeah. They saying yes
Forgive and move,
and move
on.
on.
Yeah, I get that to an extent. I feel as though if it's like somebody do you something wrong once, so twice, okay, all right, you could look the other way. But if it's a constant thing,
Yeah.
then how are you dealing with that? I would like that person who have sending that to like, give a follow up with that. Like if it's a constant.
Okay, say somebody who let's say, well, we use an outside family. Let's say it's a cousin, and the situation is they talk to you normal, but it's like every opportunity they get, like they make little comments, negative comments, like it's a competition between you and them.
Right.
There's just an example of the top of my
secret competition.
Yeah, like, and like let me say like they're just being mean, like for no reason, like, and it just playing off as a joke. Like there are people in this world that be like that, and it is not only family members. You just find that in itself, people who have friend groups with friends that secretly competing with them, which is sick, honestly. But you just have to know the signs. So let's say the family member is somebody like that. What are you going to do? Are you going to continue hanging around them? What are you going to do?
And the signs that Sherain talking about is like, for instance, like something going good in your life, like they just can't celebrate with you. Like they would sort of show some sort of interest just because they want to show face, but you would tell what is genuine and not genuine. And once something bad in their life, they're showing up because something bad. So they want to know. So you just have to look at those signs, I guess.
Yeah. But if it's something small, then
Forgive and forget.
Yeah. No, it's not wrong. What good is keeping them around going to do for me?
Agreed.
Cut them off. Pieces golden. Facts. No, because we breaking generational curses. You know what? I didn't even think about it in that aspect. And
same, I didn't.
For real. Facts. It can be a way of breaking generational curses. Yeah, they'll be still connected as family, but if you go ahead and create your own family and anyway, just then put the two together, like in the scenario of the mother, if the mother is an alcoholic, then yeah, it would be breaking generational curses.
Especially again, bringing it back to being a narcissist parent. Like if you continue doing that to your child, as a result, it trickles down to your child, and you don't want that to go on to your descendants, whoever coming after behind you. So yeah.
Facts. Because it's basically what a child sees, they tend to repeat. So if the child is not seeing the grandmother like that or their mother like that, they definitely wouldn't. Okay. I'm in two minds. I would try to distance myself rather than cut them off entirely. Sometimes one have options to choose, but family, your parents and siblings are gifts, not your choosing. Okay, I could agree. And yeah, I could agree to an extent.
Same, I could agree to an extent. I feel as though that person clearly have a good relationship at home, so they can't see themselves disconnecting from their parents because they said their parents and siblings are gifts, right?
Yeah.
But for instance, for persons who don't have that same situation, next thing your sibling constantly doing something to jeopardize your well-being, or constantly lying, or for instance, let's go back to like the pathological liar. Some people have siblings who are pathological liars.
Liars.
So in those situations, thank God for you. Thank God in your situation, you're blessed with good circle. But for people who not so fortunate and have, what was
Yeah.
that guy name? And then they call him Lionel.
Legion.
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 Yeah. In that situation, his family had to.
Yeah, they had to.
They had no choice. Especially, and he had a twin brother.
Yeah.
And you know, twins tend to be like this. He had to somewhat distance himself, even
Yeah.
though he still had a connection with him. He had to distance himself.
Because they could tend to like disrupt your love life in some instances, because a while ago, that was the last and so a while ago I watched an episode again from the girls' bathroom, and if I remember correctly, it was a girls' bathroom, and there was a scenario with this guy whose brother plays pranks on his girlfriend constantly, and the girl has a sleeping, I think it's a sleeping disorder or whatever, where she has to take a nap at a certain time, and he keeps pranking her all the time. And they had this Christmas party, although the brother talked to him about it, and it's only her, he doing it too, only her. And they had this Christmas party, and she went to sleep, and they didn't even realize when the brother did it and went up in the room and scared her out her sleep, that she jump out of it, like it activates her sleeping disorder, and she jump out of sleep like ready to basically attack him with, with vengeance.
She should have.
And he was saying that, you know, it was just a joke. Why is she doing that? She's the one who attacked me or whatever. Clearly that is somebody that he in that scenario, he's somebody who is what's the word I'm looking for?
Antagonizing.
And oh gosh, I forget. Gosh, but anyway, antagonize is the word as well. Yeah.
Is he like under 18? Because I can't understand
He's
why.
not under 18.
Oh my God.
He was not under 18.
That is annoying. Especially if the brother spoke to you already. Like, come on, leave the girl alone.
Leave her alone.
She should have hit him.
She should have.
Use that as an excuse. One cuff.
Better hit on me, because probably, who knows what weapon she had. You might not have been able to walk out. Come on.
And then he most vexed when she almost hit him.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so this week we got some dilemmas that was sent into our Sips and Spills group chats. For all those who don't know, the Sips and Spills group chat is where you all send in your dilemmas to us through our DMs, either Instagram or TikTok, and we share them with you.
And of course, all your dilemmas will remain anonymous. Have no fear.
Yes, our lips and eyes are sealed with regards to the sender.
And this is a gentle reminder that we are not licensed therapists,
nor are we licensed psychiatrists.
We're just two girls enjoying chatting and discussing everything and anything.
Don't take anything we say to heart. We're just sharing our thoughts and our views.
However, if we do see any dilemmas that need professional help,
we would send you all the details to a licensed professional locally, and for our foreign listeners, we would surely send you all a link to an online professional. So first one, ladies, good night.
Good night.
I am in an open relationship. My husband and I both see another person. He has a woman, I have a man. Now this is how it gets cray-cray. My husband now wants to view my personal and I having sex. What should I do?
I don't know if I'm equipped to talk about this because I've never been in an open relationship
I've never
where
been in an open.
where both of us have people. That's one. And then two, I don't know how I feel about. I don't know. I don't know. Especially if it's somebody so close to you. I think like it's one thing for. I feel as though that's opening like can of worms, honestly. Like I feel next thing he can't handle it. Next thing he's like, wait, nah, he putting it down like this. This is what she like. What? Oh my god, I just see it like causing issues.
Let's start from the beginning. Because to me, if you're going to, both of you going to have this arrangement, right? I would assume, I could be wrong, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, y'all would have rules to this thing.
Right. I think most open marriages have rules.
Oh. So if y'all have rules to this thing, where in the clause did y'all state that y'all will be viewing each other's having sex with the other person?
You didn't have that rule, girl.
It didn't have that rule.
Didn't reach that far.
It didn't reach that far. So the next thing, she asked what did she ask what should she do? I think number one, you should ask yourself if you are okay with that. And if you're not okay with it, don't let anybody peer pressure you into something like that, because this is not something to be compromising on, honestly. Is a thin line. I don't know. I think it's a thin line. Right? As Laurel said, you don't know how he's gonna react. He doesn't even know how he's going to react in the situation. Is it that he is looking for an out? Is it that he looking for a reason to start an argument? Is it that the person on the outside, well, it's not the outside, the person who he's open with, the next woman, is it that he is considering making her the main? I don't know. All these
those
things
questions
come
in your
into my
head.
mind. Yeah, because I don't know, like what. Probably that is not my vice. That definitely isn't my vice. But if he wants to view, I mean, that type of stuff, as
I
we
feel like that's why I have real
clearly,
stories, Dread.
as we clearly know from some episodes ago, he could visit Amsterdam. Yeah. You know, visit the wild side in Amsterdam. I've heard, I've seen on even in like Law and Order and these things, there are couples that do these things and
How we reach law and order though?
no, because I'm thinking like there are couples that are in this group where it's an open marriage but in a group, and things go sideways when the husband sees how the other person performs with the wife. So that's why I'm thinking he doesn't even know how he's gonna react. So, but most importantly, if you are not okay with it, you need to ask yourself first if you are okay with it. I honestly cannot tell you what to do in a situation, because I personally am not up for any open relationship. That's not my cup of tea. That's not my Yorkshire tea. That's not my Lipton. That's not my red rose.
I feel as though, in my opinion, open marriages is like when it's like their last straw to save the marriage.
Oh, really?
That's how I feel. Or is like, they try so much. In my opinion, I don't know. Don't quote me on this. But in my opinion, I feel as though that's the last straw to save marriages. Or sometimes, they just want to spice up things. So they start dating external people. Now, I agree with what you're saying. Ask yourself if you're able to handle that. Also, if you be able, vice versa, if you be able to view him comfortably having sex with somebody else.
I don't know if he did he mention that
No,
or
he didn't. He didn't mention that. But if she can't do it, most likely he wouldn't be able to do it. So just think about that. I feel as though like it may not be something that, no, I don't want to tell you what to do, but it may not be something that you necessarily could handle. Maybe I'm speaking from how I view it. I know
Yeah.
I can't handle my partner seeing my partner having sex with somebody else.
As well as I would say, I don't know what he would do. I know what I would do.
Yeah.
So that's a scary word. So no, no, thank you.
I was once invited to an open marriage.
Huh? Wait, I think you did tell me.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah.
bruh? No, thank you. No, that's not my tea. And then I also was invited to watch.
You didn't tell me that one.
That's why I was laughing earlier when I was like, okay, then. Just a whole set of
Pardon?
invitations.
What? I don't know. Probably isn't. Okay, not probably. It's definitely not my vibe, so I wouldn't understand it. But for anybody who is listening and has knowledge about how this works, please feel free to chime in and let us know, because
let us know
in our comments, feel free to let us know, what.
Well, if you're an expert on it, feel free to DM us and let us know that we could even bring you all on.
Yeah.
Because I'll be interested to get a different insight on.
Facts. But in terms of what you should do, honestly, I don't think either of us have an answer to tell you what to do, other than ask yourself what you want as an individual, what you are comfortable with.
And whose idea was it for the open marriage? Was it like both of your ideas? Because usually, again, in my opinion, usually it's one person who brings it to the table and then the next one kind of follows suit. So it depends on who brought it to the table too, will be more inclined into watching.
Okay.
Because I don't like to share.
Sharon is not caring when it comes to my man. No.
You don't
No,
want to do
I
it.
don't care. Shit. No. Okay, so the other person said, this is a bit of a lengthy one.
Okay.
Hi, good night. I've been with my BF for 4 years. When I met him, he had a woman living in Tobago. But it wasn't serious because they both were on games. We stayed together for a while. Then he moved in with me. I got horn 3 times. Yikes. That 3 times she know about. She put that I know about in brackets. Every time I put him out, he comes back home begging. Lately, I've been getting some weird discharge, and I think he's still out there sleeping with other women, which he denies. I want to move on because there are men who is willing to treat me good and not horn. However, my daughter loves him a lot, and she gets really sad when he leaves. And he knows that because he calls her to ask me to let him come back home all the time. Am I wrong to let my daughter suffer and move on or stay in the relationship for her sake? I met that man when he was 24 and he had nothing to give. I gave him all that I have and more. The only thing I haven't given him is a child. He's 27 years now. I have 3 kids, so it obviously isn't me. His aunt told him she was in a relationship for 25 years, never married, and she was fine. And she was fine to let her man go out on horn once he came back home. I believe he wants me to do the same thing because he said he don't see me as a wife, but keeps telling me, how can I put out my husband?
Excuse
Wait,
me?
where the husband come out?
Excuse me?
How can I put out my husband? Oh,
Well, I get common law
is he
husband.
referring to himself? Probably.
Yeah, common law husband.
He also don't take no interest into my life, but wants me to hold him up like a concrete wall, no matter what happens. Please tell me what to do, because I don't want to be selfish and leave him and make my daughter sad. Then she hates me.
Who wants to go first? Dip.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry, but as I said, Sahara, that's don't judge, don't
That
judge.
helping?
Yeah, probably I could get like a humidifier or something, an air purifier. I don't know.
So you going ahead?
Who wants to go first? You say, and this a dip.
Yeah, dip. Any mini.
Where to start? So you said you met him and he had somebody in Tobago. Even if you didn't know if it's serious or not, you state that he had somebody. So is it that they were in an open relationship? Is it that they were in a relationship and it was on the rocks? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Kind of, because how something starts basically is how, well, statistics show is how it's going to end, right? In terms of the part with your daughter, I feel as though we said this last week as well. Ask yourself if it was your daughter in the situation and she coming to you and telling you, well, mommy, this is what going on or whatever, would you like to hear that? I don't think so. So you wouldn't want her to condone it, so I don't think you should condone it for yourself. Health wise as well, you definitely shouldn't condone it, because she did mention that her discharge is a bit different, right? First of all, seek help in terms of medically, and make sure everything is straight and 100. And if you have anything, make sure it's curable. If not, great. But if it is, he's putting you at risk, and clearly if he's horning you 3 times that you know of, he's putting you at risk constantly. And the fact that he's bringing up this thing about what his aunt told him, if you watch Love is Blind, he's clearly giving Clay vibes. He's giving Clay vibes where they're just telling you these scenarios, so that it's like they forewarning you, like, okay, this is why I got some to one. Yeah. If you have 3 kids, if you want, you know what type of life you want, if you know for a fact that you want to be married, you want let me make it sound like a fairy tale, the white picket fence, the husband who comes home to his family and he's committed to his family, you deserve everything in the world, because you're the one who was providing at a point in time. So you deserve better. You deserve what you want out of life. Even if it's not with him, it may be hard. And as a woman, we understand that, sometimes you're in a relationship and you feel as though you waste time. That is okay. Don't take it as you waste time. Take it as a lesson. Take it as a lesson learned that you don't repeat, if that's the case. I don't know if you agree with what I'm saying.
No.
You don't agree with...
You see that thing where they say about wasting time? Oh my God, that's comfort to a friggin' fool. I feel as though you're wasting time. Because I've been there where I've wasted time.
No, yes, it is wasting time, but
Wasting time.
yes, I'm not saying that you're not wasting time, but if you're gonna use it as a reason to not move on, look at it from the other perspective. Yes,
Okay.
your time probably was wasted.
Yeah.
But which one better for you to stay and
And
waste
continue
more
wasting
time,
time?
or
Hell no.
take it as a lesson learned and move on? That's how I view it.
So I agree with a lot that you said, right? I also believe that how you get a man is how the man going. That's how the saying is go. How you get the man is how he going to go.
Yeah.
Again, this is just statistics, right? I feel as though after 4 years, you should have an idea of where you're all heading. You're heading into your 30s, right? And she already have 3 kids. I feel like y'all should have like an idea where you're going. And he's telling you that, okay, you are not wife material. So therefore, you're always going to be just what you are now. And I think if you have people who are lined up or who are willing to give you all that you deserve, then why sell yourself short? I could understand for the fact where she said her daughter loves him. Sometimes it's hard to find sometimes it's very hard to find men who are willing to show a genuine interest in your child's life. So when you find somebody like that, you want to hold on to them. You want to okay, at least treat my child good. But then how is he treating you? You have to look at that. And then your child will be treated well, but your child now seeing that he's not treating you well. So then it becomes a cycle where she's like, okay, well, I could just settle for less because my mother settled for less too. So this is how it's supposed to be, when in fact it's not supposed to be. Also talk continuing from where you were talking about the discharge, that is a whole problem. It could be from something very minor to something very serious. Why continuously put yourself at risk? Yes, he cheated 3 times and he is showing you all the red flags, and we as females tend to ignore these red flags. I'm speaking from experience. I ignore red flags constantly, so no judgment there. But ignored red flags. Yes, ignore the red flags. So don't do this to yourself. I am sure you're probably thinking, okay, it's 4 years that you invested into this situation and how you're going to start over and whatnot. And I hate to tell people leave their significant other, but if you see no growth, then what are you staying for? Again, get yourself checked out, because you don't want, God forbid, that is something serious and your 3 kids don't have a mother, because he could pick up himself and go. That's not his biological children. Yeah, he could come and say hi now and again, but at the end of the day, they have you. So put yourself first, put them first, and don't ever use your children as a reason for why you should stay in a relationship. Your children are resilient. Trust me, they bounce back. So that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. And a next point I want to say is heavy on loving yourself. Sometimes, I was watching another local podcast with, I think is the boy Christian, where he was saying that, you have to be selfish. We grow up learning that, selfish is under such a negative, it has a negative connotation, and honestly, not in every aspect it is. Sometimes you have to choose yourself for the betterment of you and your family. In this case, you and your kids. Be selfish. Love yourself enough to know what is good for you, and from that, you'll get the strength to move on, honestly.
Right.
Because once you pick back up, not saying that you don't know your worth, but once you grasp,
I am
and
sure she knows
she
her
knows her
worth,
worth.
because the fact that
So-
she's sending this in, she knows that she deserves better.
Yeah. So once you grasp and don't doubt yourself that, yeah, you are the person, the woman that you know you
You
are.
are the prize.
Yeah. You're going to find the strength to say, well, this is not what I want, this is not what I deserve, and it's time for me to move on, for us to part ways. And honestly, especially with that discharge thing, thank God they didn't bring any child in with him at this point.
So there's no form of
you don't
attachment.
You don't have
no.
any attachment. Yeah. That is my 2 cents.
And then he moved in with her. Like, oh my God, bring somebody to the table
Oh
now.
my God, what a lesion is this? It is given lesion. It's given lesion. Right? Yeah. That is my take. I think she should leave. I think in this case she should leave.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be hard
It is.
because it's 4 years. So one day at a time, give yourself some grace.
Yep.
So remember, guys, send your dilemmas to Sips and Spills group chat, aka our DMs. You could find it on TikTok or Instagram. And remember, it's completely anonymous. Yabba 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 do!
Pause. We just coming to tell y'all to subscribe to the channel.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Do it now. Don't stick.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So we just going right into Love is Blind. We got 4 episodes since we last spoke about
Yeah.
it. And we have Amy and Johnny who are still together, Clay and Edie who are still together, Jimmy and Chelsea still together, and Kenneth and Brittany, unfortunately they didn't work. We have lots of opinions about that, and Laura and Jeremy also not together. So we have only 3 couples heading to the altar.
Netflix, I just want to say this, and I think I said this the last time we recapped, which was when we first started. We actually started when Love is Blind was going on, season 5. And I asked y'all, and I believe I'm not the only person asking y'all. Y'all started off good. Y'all released the first 6 episodes, and then we had to wait until the next Wednesday for 2 episodes. 2 episodes? Like, that not even making sense to me. Come on. You could have given us the 4 episodes one time.
They're dragging it out.
Yeah, this drag is so annoying. Like, you're making me wait until 3 a.m. on a Wednesday morning.
Wait, you wake
To
up
watch
3 a.m.?
Sometimes I'll be up. Like, I haunted. Anyway, what I'm saying is, to just watch 2 episodes,
Yeah, boy.
that is just madness. Only come
Unnecessary.
on. It's real unnecessary. We already have to deal that. We still have to be with the Lachey's. Clearly, at this point, I think that they just have what do you call it? A contract for a certain amount of time. Because come on, stop dragging it out.
So I think we'll start from the least toxic couple, which is Amy and
Johnny.
They seem to have everything.
I don't get this drawn out conversation about
The
the contraceptives and
I
who
don't
will
know
decide
if
it
he
use and-
had a bad experience. I don't know what it is, but he is real hell-bent on not having kids
at the moment.
before a certain time frame in his life.
Which
I
is
think is what
fine.
I think is how he grew up. He said something about, he didn't have certain things. But it's like, I feel as though he's been traumatized because
it's an obsession, which is fine. I could understand that, you don't want kids before a certain time. Fine. That's what you want. You want Amy sit down. You all had a conversation. You went and research about this tying tube, not tying tubes. What did it do? Vasectomy, right? And you realize that would not be good for you. You realize it's not
want
an
one
easy.
too.
Yeah. it's not an easy process, right? And Amy explained to you that um birth control is not good for her body. It is not good for a couple, not a couple, for a high percentage of women. However, some women do take it, but it's not good for you. Honestly, whatever happened to condoms? And did you know
He is
people?
afraid of. It seems like that because like he's afraid of the condoms.
Well, newsflash: people get pregnant on birth control.
That is
not.
true.
It is not foolproof.
I feel the best contraceptive for her would be the NuvaRing because that's the least amount of, well, as far as I know, no hormones are released into your body, but
Really. So she could look at that option
I guess
as
this is
well.
a phase situation where they have to compromise.
Like that. I think the both of them not ready to have kids, but he is more strict in terms of the time frame. She knows she doesn't want kids within the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
After that, it's fine. But him, he has a stipulated time that he needs to stick to, based on what. But other than that, I like them. I see a lot of people saying that, they're boring. I get that they're probably
They're very
boring
boring.
for TV, but
They're very boring, but I like their chemistry.
soft love. Not every couple needs to be
A little razzle dazzle.
rah 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 and all the sorts of complications. No, not every couple need that. They're boring. Okay, they're boring.
Yeah,
They're boring for TV.
They are, no, I feel they're just boring.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a boring couple in the real life. I don't find anything wrong with them. If they're boring, they're boring. They don't have any massive drama.
But I like it though.
That's
But they
soft
still,
life.
yeah.
But in terms of TV, definitely they are too boring for reality TV. But I like to see the variation. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Clay and AD. I said I'm going in the order of least toxic, and I feel as though I'm giving them number 2.
How
Reason
them-
why I give them number 2 is because 1, they're still together, and 2, do I have a 2? And 2, they're better than the other ones who are still together. That's a good reason.
They are the least toxic, with 80 mother wearing blinders on too.
Yeah. So I
Have no hope for nobody then.
I really, really like Edie, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Edie. I don't know if she just wanted to find love, that she has completely closed off all warning signs, because Clay is constantly, I don't know if they just how the editing, but it's like every day he's saying, well, my dad, he used to be a cheater and he cheated on my mom and I used to go with him, and and that's all he knew, and he never saw any successful couples. So for him to be constantly seeing that, I feel as though that's like enough warning. It is scary because I feel she's just walking into a mess. I don't know if he's going to say yes and she's going to say yes, but
I like Abby as well, but I feel as though it's going to be like what's his girl name who we see her, she's from Love is Blind as well, short girl who was a Jared and her.
who the hell is Jared?
You remember him because she had make a we talk about
They
it
were
the other day.
together?
They got married and they got divorced. Jared was the one who had like the Spanish girl too, and he ended up marrying short girl.
His name was Jared? I know you're talking about.
His name wasn't Jared.
Probably I forgot his name, but you're talking about
And
Cutie. Oh my
Cutie.
god.
Him and isn't her name with an A? Love is Blind.
His name was Jared,
I think it's Jared.
but I know who you're talking
Yes,
about.
Jared and Ayana.
Ayana. Oh.
Yeah, I feel as though Clay and
No, no, no,
Edie.
no, 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 no. I feel as though Jared did not give the kind
No,
of.
no, I'm not talking about the really the people individually. I'm talking about the length of the relationship.
Oh,
It will be like if it is they do get
okay.
married, it will be like yes, and then a couple months later you're here at the although they didn't have after the altar last season. Let me say it's about after the altar now, and then you hear like yeah they on the verge to splitting up.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I don't see them lasting long.
Yeah, I think that they wouldn't last if they get married. I have no faith in Clay. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I have no faith in Clay.
I know it's pissing me off. It might be minor, but you see that? Yeah, yeah,
Oh my god,
yeah,
the way he
yeah.
speaks,
Woo.
it's annoying. It's like kind of patronizing. Is it the word I'm looking for?
I feel so like I just don't. It just irks me.
Yeah. It's giving people pleaser. To be on his side. I don't know.
I studying who to put in as number 3.
I wouldn't have put Clay and Eddie so high up in least toxic. I would have given it to Jeremy and Lauren.
Coming in at number 3 is Brittany and
No,
yes,
no, sorry, least toxic. Yes, I would have given it to
Brittany and Kenneth.
Kenneth.
So least toxic is Brittany and Kenneth.
You said, unfortunately, just now that they broke up. Honestly, I would say fortunately.
Well, yeah, after we see how things transpired after he left the pods, but he put on such a excellent show in the pods. I was like, okay, this is the couple that I'm rooting for. This is the couple that's gonna be the Cameron and why am I forgetting her name right now?
Cameron and Lauren.
Lauren. This is the Cameron and Lauren of this season 6, right? But then he makes a whole turn. Actually, on the honeymoon, he started to like shut down this not speaking. She talking out her life, and he just have nothing to add. And I honestly not sure what is the reason. A few people saying that his sexual preference is not.
No, I said that in the beginning. Remember, I said that.
I
that
didn't. I didn't
That
think
was
that at
before.
all.
I was like, I wonder if this guy likes girls, honestly. And if that's my preference, fine. All right, nobody here to judge here. But
Why go on the show?
because you have a image to continue. He's a leader in a church. He is a school principal. And remember, if you are that way, if he is, I am not saying that he is. I think he is.
But you know what kind of douchebag he is being portrayed as now? Does he have any idea of the repercussions of what he did?
Because he did not think about how long he would have been able to be. This is in case he is gay, right? He didn't think of how long he would have been able to be sleeping in the same room with this person. They coming on to him, and this guy who, if because somebody it came out, it's somewhere came out where they were saying that, and I think I sent it to you. If I find this, I'll put it on the screen. Saying that a family member of his was saying that he is rainbow. A cousin or something. Now, again, this is social media. We're not sure how true it is,
Yeah.
if it really is a cousin or what. But if it is true, who's to say the person who he called when he was ready to leave wasn't his partner? Who's to say that? And as we could tell from years and years, people go on the show to get a online community, and it clearly it doesn't matter if it is you are portrayed as the villain on the show, you're still going to get popularity. Let us be real. Remember Micah? Remember Micah, friend who wasn't even a main cast?
Oh yeah, for
Who
real.
getting part of a next show? Hello?
Oh, she did?
I think she's supposed to be on Shelby, that's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I don't remember her name.
I forgot it.
Yeah.
By force.
On this next show, this new one that they bring back like people from older Netflix series, and they put on this dating show.
I don't know what show it is. I don't know if I necessarily want to see her, but then again, you might want to see her because she gives good TV.
I don't like watching her.
Yeah, I feel as though she bring the drama. My
She'll bring
thing,
the drama, but I would watch based on other people.
yeah. I think with
This guy was in it dumb.
Oh,
That show.
that I watched with Georgia and Dom and
Yeah.
those other people. What was that again? Some Love Something too.
It was
I can't
something-
remember.
Yeah.
If we remember, we'll put that in.
Yeah.
But my thing with Kenneth is that he portrayed in the pods one way, and then he came out and still, even when they were on part of the honeymoon, he was like trying to portray this person who likes to communicate or whatever. So I was like, yeah. This
If you
is
really look at it,
really
it was
good.
only when they were in group settings that he did that.
No, it had a time when they were in the bed and he said, before we go to sleep, we're never going to sleep angry. We're going to discuss how something about
Clearly,
how
that
both
was a
of
lie.
them, so whatever affected them in the day and how they could go forward or what they appreciate or something along those lines. Basically, they're going to have a conversation before bed, right? Then the party honeymoon, it just started to go downhill. Now, part of me, no, I didn't think about him being attracted to the opposites, well, to the same sex. However, I did wonder if the conversation with him and Edie had any part to play. Whether it had a part to play or not, he did not practice everything that he was telling her in the beginning about communication and whatnot. Because you did tell her that you had a conversation with Edie about marrying outside of your race, but you didn't express to her if you had any genuine concerns.
Yeah.
You did say like, okay, yeah, that was a good question that Edie asked, but
It didn't seem like
it
it
didn't
even
seem
dawned
like
on
it
him
fazed him
Eddie
until
talked about it.
and then you see this phone thing every time she talking and he picking up this phone. I just wanted to go in the screen and just grab the phone and
Because it was so rude.
I don't know. She had so much self-control that she was able to just not trip off. But I think I would have been tripping off. Like, cause why are you picking up
was
that
so
phone?
so rude.
And you're there. So initially, when he first started to do it, I was like, you know what? This guy he didn't have his phone for a while. He needs to just get up to date. But how much work you have to do with a school? How much things
Excuse me.
that you missed out in school? Like, what? So that whole thing baffled me. And then their last interaction was just upsetting because she's pouring out her heart, telling you what's the issue, and then you totally gaslight her and then say, well, no, it's you are the problem. If like, what? You completely turn it around. So it would look as though you are not the one who wants to end it. It was actually her. And I just didn't like that because
He
some
was
people,
mean.
yeah, like you said, some people are here for the fame, and then I believe that some people are actually genuinely here for love connections. And this girl, who I'm sure everybody fell in love with, Brittany, poured her heart out, and you know,
She trusted the process.
she trusted the process. She it doesn't seem to me at this point that she was there for any fame or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter what your race was, and you just stamp on her heart, and now she have to pick up herself after dealing with that. That's not fair to her. That's not fair. You just
And then let me just bring race into this, right? Usually it's the other way around where, well, not usually, but from in situations like this, sometimes you realize that it is more so the white person that is giving standoffish vibes. You've set an example for her if she does tend to like somebody of color, of African American
She's
descent.
scarred.
She's going to now be like, on her guard, like, is this how they really are? And what's her name? What's her name?
Who, Brittany? Oh.
Brittany. I am going to tell you now, I'm sure that there's not, no, it may have. But what I'm saying is, not all African Americans, just as how we would say not all men are the same, not all African American men are going to treat you like that. No. He clearly has an issue that he needs to deal with on his own, and forget about him. It's not that much time.
I can't wait for the reunion.
Yeah,
oh
because
my
he was
God.
totally he's
He better-
disrespectful. Real disrespectful. Even in that conversation on the boat, she was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She was uncomfortable.
I'm sure he's gonna cop out and not go. I just feel
Yeah.
as though he's not gonna go.
Just like
With the next fool.
that next idiot.
Okay, so moving on to the next couple, which is Laura and Jeremy.
First of all, I just like to say that sometimes, this is gonna sound bad, but sometimes karma is a bitch and it comes back quicker than you think. Because Laura, for you to tell him about being the pin 80 and then this coming back full circle, and she gaslighted him on that trip too, because he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. Then for this whole thing with Sarah Ann, now karma is a bitch, yes. I'm not saying this is just karma is a bitch, full stop. We're gonna deal with Sarah Ann and Jeremy on a different spectrum, right? But sometimes you must remember that the things you do, it may not come back in the same form, but something is going to hit you. Because regardless of what you want to believe that is a joke, that wasn't a joke to be made. It was disrespectful as hell. And if you tell him to do that, obviously he's going to do it. He's not going to just... And he didn't even know what bean dip is. So clearly you told him to do it. So he would do it. It just... You didn't realize that they would have taken it like that. I mean, who in their right mind would think that it wouldn't be taken in a disrespectful way? So, that's what I feel about her. Karma's a bitch.
So, I think I had said this before. I was hoping that he had chose Sarah Ann from the initial phase. I watched their interaction, Laura and Jeremy, and I don't think they quite suit. I think they have, two different sense of humors, and I think he's a little bit more immature for her, even though she have a lot of
qualities.
But I feel as though like his own is a little bit more playful. Her own is a little bit, what's the word I'm looking
conniving.
for? Yeah, and I didn't like that. So to fast forward to the fact that they're now not together, it stemmed from him actually meeting up with Sarah Ann.
It stemmed from Sarah Ann messaging.
Well, yes, it stemmed from Sarah Ann messaging and then they meeting up, which he tried to lie about after he was the one who sent his location. I don't know if he thought, okay, she's sleeping and maybe she will be like, she'll wake up and see that I had sent the location and think I wasn't on any games. But that and all is...
Right. So from what I realized and what I learned is that he sent the location so she would pick up that he is at lost and found. And he leave his phone in the vehicle. But he went with his Apple Watch.
Oh, so it still picked up
where his
oh my God,
location.
Jeremy is a snake.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to get away with it. And you know what? Even though I'm not a fan of Laura, I like how she
let him walk into his own life.
Just walk straight into it and then like, bam. This is the facts, and I'm out. She didn't wait around for any other explanation or anything like that. Now, I have this much grace for Sherain. This much grace. Reason being is
What grace?
this much grace. Let me hear why I say this much grace, right? Reason being is we have to remember that this situation is happening quicker than it normally happens. This is not like a full long relationship. So yes, she now come out to the pods and she wanted to express her feelings to somebody, but where the problem lies is that they were already engaged. You cannot now try to send a message like what she sent to him if the doors are open. I could understand that you still have feelings because your feelings not going to just switch off just like that.
I still don't
But
understand the grace.
I given her, you see the amount this much.
No, okay, so go back. Sorry, I'll cut you off. Let me let you finish.
Go ahead.
It comes back to what Edie was saying. I could understand if the grace
Ooh,
was
I
given.
love how Edie handled that situation too.
Yeah. If Edie gave the hear me, Edie. If Sarah Ann, sorry, I'm mixing up the names. I could have given her the grace, as Edie said, if that was stated when they were still in the pods.
How was she
Now-
gonna say that in the pods?
Okay, just like if it is you gotten time after they got engaged. Yes, they would have gotten engaged, but they would not have met as yet. If you had said
I don't
your
know
piece
how this
there,
timeline is working in pods, so I'm not sure
because
if
Chelsea
like
had time to talk to
Trevor.
Trevor after she got engaged.
Right.
She had time. So I don't know what was the setup. Probably it was because he cut her off before Laura went, because Laura went and she stated her case when she found out that Sherain was the other person.
Right.
Right? So when she found out, I gotta still give her. I don't even want to. Like, it's such a thin line. You're still in the pods, if you know what I mean.
I understand what you mean.
You're still in the pods, and it have a very, very slim time frame for you to see and get whatever off your chest. From the time they meet and they reach into the real world,
Can't say nothing.
that shouldn't be it. They're legitimately engaged. Like, they were already finished with the meeting. They already started having intercourse. They already they together. They are legit couple. It doesn't matter how long they were together or not. They're together and they're engaged. It's just like if somebody say one of your friends meet a guy and they fall in love, and 3 months later she come and tell you, hey, I'm engaged, we engaged, you know. You've seen stories like that with people, right? For somebody who he was talking to before he met her to come while they engaged, just send him a message about, oh, this whatever is the case. To me, yes, the pods is a different scenario, but if you're looking at time frame, it's still not matching up to me. So you cross the line when you send that message. It's not like if you didn't know. You know for a fact because you witnessed that they got engaged. You knew.
I agree that she crossed the line, but I still had to give her the grace. I still feel like I want to give her the grace. I feel as though now I understand what you're saying, that Chelsea got to talk to Trevor. And I think the difference with Sarah Ann is how ego was bruised. So she not going to try to like, you already picked Laura, I'm not going to try to talk to you. But then she realized that her feelings were still involved.
Right.
I do not necessarily agree with the type of message and the time frame when she sent the message. But I feel as though if she had said, here's what, I fuck up and I own up to it and I shouldn't have done it, people would have been more willing to hear out. Edie and all would have been able to more willing to hear her out. But I think you had to remember, this is like what, a month of them filming and coming out and then getting engaged or whatever, right? So I just feel like the time frame is short, and I think she messed up and she should have owned it. That's my thing. But I still give
She
her
definitely should have owned it.
That's grace.
After that conversation with Edie, all respect was gone. You know what? To
I
made it
love
worse.
that 80
I
felt.
saw her TikTok. Her TikTok came up because you're watching Love Is Blind stuff, right?
Right.
And her TikTok came up where she was saying that this was before the last 2 episodes where Edie talked to her.
Right.
But she's saying, she's seeing everybody coming for her, and you can't kick somebody down when they lived it and they know the truth about what really went on and whatnot and whatnot. And when she said it, I was like, okay, so probably it have some parts we missing when we see the next few episodes, but the next few episodes prove that
Nothing was missing.
nothing was missing.
I think she just needed to have respect for what they had going on and wait
Yeah.
until to see. And I think that's what Eddie was trying to say. Nobody have a problem if you all get together after, Because look at the other situation with the property brothers. No, he's not property brothers, but that's what I call him. Bliss and
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like things didn't work out, and then he was able to form a relationship with Bliss.
Yeah.
But you didn't wait for that to transpire.
Yeah.
You just jump in and slide in, and that's where people are like, okay, this is disrespectful. Because honestly, I feel as though they wouldn't have made it to the altar. I don't think like she would have said yes or he would have said yes. I think like either or would have said no. They had a lot going on, but you just slide in, and he just see the greener grass right now. So
she just speed up the process.
yeah. So moving on to the favorite couple of all time.
Who's your favorite couple?
The favorite couple? Jimmy and
Oh
Chelsea.
God, I forgot the two of them.
Megan Fox and Jimmy.
That girl is so insecure. Let me just say, she lie about whoever Mackenzie was talking about how they see her there. They see Jimmy there with Jess. I don't even like Jimmy.
I like Jimmy now. Like I am constantly like, Jimmy, get out. Get out, Jimmy.
This is what I'm saying.
Get out, Jimmy.
I didn't even like him.
Save yourself,
You're making
Jimmy.
me feel like I'm a Jimmy supporter.
Save yourself, Jimmy. Like I don't know what
That
happened
girl
to
is
Jimmy.
such an emotional manipulator.
She's a narcissist.
And it comes from her
Bad.
having so much insecurities with herself, which is a toxic level that I can't even begin to comprehend. She needs help.
So don't get us wrong, everybody have some sort of insecurities, but her insecurity is like affecting the relationship to the point where he can't go out. He needs to be there. He has to kiss her in the morning. He has to make sure he takes her out all the time. Make sure, like, it's so much rules that I don't know if he'll be able to still have himself. He would no longer be Jimmy. Like,
Do you think it's self-inflicted? Because I think it is.
I don't know what is happening with that.
You want to know why I say it's self-inflicted? First of all, when she started that conversation about that, anybody ever talked about, tell you have a celebrity look-alike? She started that conversation, right? Now, granted, she probably did get a comment like that before.
The internet is so bad. They're sending her death threats. I
No.
was like, why are you sending her death threats? What did she do?
Nah, I didn't know they're sending her that chat. So, you say that. And granted that, okay, from your eyes to your hairline.
No, I don't agree. From here. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's all
That's all I see.
you could probably take as
No.
for Megan Fox. But when the reveal come, you're not nowhere close.
No. See,
Right?
when I saw her pictures, I don't know if she's editing her pictures a lot, but like some of her pictures, I could see, like if I squint my eye like to mouth like this.
Find them
I could
pictures. Let me
I
see.
could see, like,
Let me see.
I could see some.
But she said
something.
that, right? She said that, she bring up that celebrity talk. And on top of it, she pretended as though she didn't know was Megan Fox's name. You know damn well was Megan Fox's name,
Okay, let me look.
right?
Oh.
But MGK wife. You try to play it down, and then she knows what Jess looks like. No,
Okay, all right. Yeah, just now.
screenshot the picture so I can put it on the
Uh, all right.
No,
What? A little bit here.
wait, with your mouth open.
Yes, but anyway.
She pretend like she didn't know Megan Fox's name, but calling MGK wife.
Okay.
That's a lie. You downplay it, right? She started, and then on top of it, you know what Jess looks like. You know very well what Jess looks like, so you're already comparing yourself to Jess, right? So now you was worried that he's not going to believe when he see her that you really look like Megan Fox, which you don't. You're beautiful in your own way. He liked you anyway. Now you realize you have to go out into the real world and that he's going to meet Jess and you're still competing with Jess for your looks. So now you want all the reassurance that you could get. And it's like, oh my, it's an obsession. Girl, get some help.
Yeah, she needs some therapy. I think we all could agree that she needs therapy in order for them to move to the next stage. It had another couple that I think that they needed. She needed therapy, and then they got married, and I was like, poof. So I feel as though this is a couple that possibly
Ayana?
could. No, it wasn't Diana. Don't worry, I'll remember. But can't remember. You know who I'm thinking about?
This white girl who used to have parties and stand at the table and thing.
Yes.
I can't remember her name, but they did get married.
They did.
They got married, yeah.
Yeah,
She had some insecurities.
I'm studying
too.
if they got divorced now. But anyway, she needs to work on herself before she even step into a marriage.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I don't know now. She is literally fishing in arguments just to
Yep.
bring up Jess. It's sad because I saw an interview with Jess recently, and Jess was like, she was like, I don't know if it was a show, but she was like, you could tell she's a girl's girl,
Yeah.
and she was on her side and saying that, that Jimmy needs to reassure her, she did reiterate that they would know
How much
it.
reassurance could he give?
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot that he is already given. She is very exhausting. I can't be around somebody who's so exhausting.
She is exhausting. That's the right word.
No, I could understand. It's a difference if you're in a situation where you've been cheated on and you've gone through a whole sort of thing with your partner and it makes you doubt everything that they're doing. But to go into the situation where nothing has happened, he hasn't given you any reason to doubt him, you're going to make him walk away. And right now he keeps saying he loves you. He keeps saying, I am shocked by the amount of patience he have. Like, I think
Yeah.
when God was giving him patience, he just poured out on Jimmy.
The only thing I agree with her with was feeling uncomfy with going out with the girlfriends that he slept with.
Oh, that's not why she was uncomfy, but go ahead.
It's not why she was uncomfy.
We didn't know that until she bust fast. You didn't see Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy was like,
He didn't tell her that in front of the cameras. He told her that
like,
off camera.
damn. Why she
It was
always
just to get
I feel as though she
people on her
always
side.
like to do things like that. Like,
Yeah, that and all would have been like, goodbye for me. Wash hands.
yeah, because he tell you obviously he did it because he wanted to keep that private, and then you just constantly, oh God, jeez, I don't know. I just want somebody to help Jimmy. I feel like, and they said, like, it's so funny enough, like,
You think he'll say yes?
yeah, I think he's going to say yes, which is scary. Oh my God, I want his friends to step in and say, Jimmy, don't do it.
That's sad.
Don't do it. It's weird because they did a lot of psych evaluation and background checks, and I'm surprised a lot of them got through. I just feel as though Chelsea would have been a better fit with Trevor, though. That's just in my opinion.
Trevor have a whole girl.
You have a girl now?
He have a girlfriend since on the show.
Trevor with the mullet?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't keep up with this show.
And she knew that he was going.
So she just wanted the fame too.
I
Everybody
guess.
just wanted the fame.
I don't know if they're still together, but while he was filming, he had a girlfriend.
So
and
what
she
was
knew-
going to
the
happen
girlfriend
if
knew.
the girl had say, if Chelsea had say yes to him and they was going to get married?
I guess he will say no on the altar.
This is madness. This is madness. Like, you need to ask FBI to do background checks because y'all are not going in debt. So that brings us to the end of
Love is Blind. As we're on the topic of shows, last month, I gave you like a list of shows that I wanted to watch and that Laurel was interested in some as well.
yeah.
Honestly, we didn't get to watch all. It was a long list. We still have Bob Marley One Love to watch. You wanted to watch the Marvel show too? Mm-hmm. The Marvel show. We started, Walking Dead only started
Oh my
last
God.
week.
Yeah, it started a little slow for me. I
It
love to
started off
see.
a little slow, but coming down to the end of the episode, it got me like, oh. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I am enjoying it, and Laurel is actually the biggest. Oh gosh, what's the name of it? Walking Dead fan. I didn't watch.
Obsessed.
Yeah, I didn't watch all the episodes. I watched some 2 years ago, and I'm starting fresh with this.
Oh my God.
The ones who lived. So
I was wondering if I should do a rewatch, but oh my God, it's too much. It's too much.
I'm watching, and what I have the ones that I watched. I have some, and I did a little rating.
Okay, go ahead.
So Bosco, which came out on Peacock, 10 out of 10. I enjoyed every part. Bosco was the one about it was a true story, based on a true story about a guy who got imprisoned, and he broke out of a 24/7 surveillance jail. It was really nice to see how they did it. I loved it. I enjoyed it.
Right.
Suncoast, another 10 out of 10. I peel onions while I was watching Suncoast. Another 10 out of 10. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm not finished watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith as yet. And I feel as though I started it in the very beginning.
I don't know if I want to see that. I'm like, want to see I like the original.
I don't know if you would enjoy it.
The original cast.
I give it, and you know that original cast is not the original cast.
Serious?
Yeah, there's another one before that. There's another one before that.
Learn something every day.
So it's a 7.5 out of 10 for me. Only because it didn't make me stay so, and I think I only have 2 more episodes to watch, it had some parts that really and truly made me lose interest in it, and the parts that kept my interest was really good. So that's why they got 7.5 out of 10 for me. Yeah.
I mean,
Probably also it reached so high because I absolutely love Donald Glover. I love his acting and everything. And Lover Stalker Killer, the documentary
Lover, Stalker, Killer.
on Netflix, 10.5 out of 10.
10.5.
10.5 out of 10.
So we need to hurry and watch it.
Lover Stalker Killer it's about an hour and something. It's a documentary. Netflix documentary. It was good. I find Netflix documentaries, they really, even if it's a docu-series, they do a good job in terms of how they tell the story.
Right.
I enjoy watching Netflix docu-series. The little that I do watch, I enjoy everyone. Just saying, it's scary out there, and sometimes casual dating is not it. You meet creators, and all as we say in Trinidad, it's have more mad people outside and inside the madhouse. That's what Trini saying. I know in some countries that saying the word mad or referring to somebody as mad is derogatory. And I get it, but in Trinidad, that's a term and a colloquial term that we use. There are more mad people in the madhouse, outside the madhouse than in the madhouse. So translated, there's more mentally unstable people that live outside psychiatric homes than there are inside. Okay. And coming up this month is not a long list actually of shows that I am going to be watching. First up, guys, my man. My man is coming back on the TV. Da Vinci, Abraham Da Vinci Juice.
Oh, I was trying to wonder if it was Sully. What's his real name?
Kino.
Yeah.
No, it's not Kino. It's Da Vinci. Sully is like on the third of my husband list. But Da Vinci, just remember, tell you, he is now ranking. It's a tie with him.
Right.
And yes, it's a tie. But he's coming back with the BMF. I've never told you about BMF. There's another 50 show about BMF is a gang.
I like 50 shows.
Is going on their third season. Today is the 1st of March. Today is gonna air today. Season 3.
Okay, so tune in everybody to
Yeah.
that.
So BMF is about Lil Meech. Well, Lil Meech is the actor, but Big Meech. You ever heard that person name in any songs? You think of Big Meech? I didn't even know exactly
No, I'm sorry.
the BMF affair and what went down and stuff. So Big Meech was the leader of a big gang, and they were coming out of LA, and him and his brother were running the gang for a while. So
Okay.
Big Meech is actually, he's incarcerated at the moment, and his son Lil Meech is actually portraying his role in BMF at the moment, and my husband is portraying the brother.
Okay.
So yeah, season 3. Oh, it take long to watch it. He was a little upset with me, but I finished watching
I'll
it,
tune into that.
and yeah,
So
BMF is good.
watch 2 seasons to catch up.
So it's like 10 episodes long.
Okay.
Yeah. The Gentleman is a series that's coming to Netflix on March 7th.
Why do I feel like I've seen that?
There's a movie to it that I haven't seen.
I
But
think
this-
I've seen the movie.
You saw the movie?
Yeah.
The same person who I guess the movie is written by
Okay.
or directed by. He is doing the series on Netflix. And yeah, that's looking good. It's coming out on the 7th. Or BMF is coming out on Stars. 911 returns to ABC on the 14th of March.
911.
Yeah, that's another law show.
I feel as though I'm remembering 911 when I was younger, and I had loved that show.
911. This 911 now is with Angela Bassett.
Okay, I wonder if it's similar.
Probably. You remember Pookie from the game?
Yeah.
Right, he's in 911 in the beginning as well. Pookie wasn't given Pookie in 911. Just saying. I was like, Pookie, what are you doing? And he was Pookie from where he was from. Pookie from I can't remember now.
I can't remember.
Grey's Anatomy returns to ABC on March 14th as well.
Oh my god, yes. I've been long awaiting that show. Oh my god.
Remember, this strike had shows not renewing for about a year. Shows didn't have new episodes for a year.
Yeah.
Station 19 also returns on March 14th. Yeah, I'll be tuning in. Dune Part 2, the movie, comes out on March 1st, which is today. Y'all will see it next week Wednesday. Well, when this comes out, it will be, what? So this is your first. Like the 6th. Damsel comes out on Netflix on the 8th. That is, I don't know if you watch Stranger Things.
No, I never did.
You never did?
Never did.
I didn't
Am
finish
I
watching
missing out,
it.
guys? I don't know.
I don't know. I have to ask the same thing. Am I missing out? Because I think I didn't watch 2 seasons. I don't know what didn't make me watch it, but I don't know. Are we missing out? But I watched a trailer for that and it looks okay. It came across my TikTok feed. American Society of Magical Negroes comes to cinema on the 22nd.
That title?
The American Society of Magical Negroes comes to cinema on the 22nd of March. So a little synopsis of what I got from the trailer. Basically, it is based around keeping white people happy is a way for you to be safe. That's the magic. Because if they are scared, that's when they become most dangerous to black people. So they put it in a nice way. And Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, comes to cinemas the 29th. I didn't watch the first one.
I did.
You did?
I just can't remember how it went.
Yeah.
But I did. I think I'll take my son to see that.
To see it, yeah. So that's the lineup for this month. Okay, guys, so this brings us to the end of episode 23. Make sure to follow us on our socials at Happy Hour with SNL on both Instagram and on TikTok. Yo, we have a Twitter account, you know, but we haven't really posted on Twitter. Should we post? Well, I'm going on Twitter. It's now X. Should we post on X a little more? Let us know in the comments. New episode, first episode of Happy Hour with SNL, basically uncut, would be dropping on Sunday. So y'all, it's our first Patreon episode. It's $1.99 US.
Steal of a deal.
It's a steal of a deal. Help all the girls. You know, we want to get a little extra mic so we could have guests, so we could have different perspectives on topics that we talk about. Someone talked about someone mentioned in the comments of our last video that, you know, we should get a male perspective, which you're right, on certain topics, you know. And he also said maybe he would consider subscribing to us then. I didn't like the ultimatum, honestly. But we'll take the constructive criticism. We want to. We just need an extra mic. So yeah, we you know, support all the girls now. It's just $1.99 for an extra episode a week, not a month, a week, every Sunday. We missing anything?
No, we're not.
So catch y'all next week, Wednesday. Y'all enjoy your week and keep a lookout for your Instagram so y'all could chime in and join in on the question of the week.
Okay. Bye.